Exploring Cambodia, as my age got nearly precious like gold when I visited Cambodia for the first time. I really don't know what lies ahead of what we'll expect on this country. Thankful for the family friend, the Loreto family in Phnom Penh. Beside of I felt their warm welcome, they made our visit comfortable and meaningful during our stay there. They were all out hosted us, cater foods, accommodation, and transporting from place to place, which is it must to see while in Phnom Penh. I am so grateful for their hospitality and generosity that they've shown to us. What are must to see, do, and eat when visiting Cambodia? In its capital, Phnom Penh. Our first day was fun and historic. Our friend Celine brought us to Royal Palace of Cambodia. Royal Palace is a complex of buildings which serve as the royal residence of the King of Cambodia. The Cambodian monarchs have occupied it since it was built in 1860s, with a period of absence when the country came into turmoil during and after the reign of the Khmer Raj. The palace was constructed between 1866 and 1870, after King Norodom relocated the royal capital from Udong to Phnom Penh. It was built atop an old citadel called Bantay Keo. It faces approximately east, and it's situated at the western bank of the cross division of the Tonle Sap River and the Mekong River called Chak Tu Muk. Our second destination was in Choeung Ek Genocidal Center. My excitement of seeing this tourist spot gradually replaced of sadness and unexplained feelings when I heard the horrific story during the Khmer Raj regime. It is actually distressing. These are the bracelets hung by visitors to express the sadness and prayer. Cambodian genocide was the systematic persecution and killing of Cambodians by the Khmer Raj, under the leadership of Communist Party General Secretary Pol Pot, who radically pushed Cambodia towards communism. It resulted in the deaths of 1.5 to 2 million people from 1975 to 1979, nearly a quarter of Cambodians' 1975 population. This is killing tree where the little innocent children crushed, thrown their bodies until they died. Magic tree. The tree was used as a tool to hang a loudspeaker, which makes sound louder to avoid the moan of victims while they were being executed. Here was the place where the killing tools such as shackles, leg irons, hatchets, knives, hoes, digging hoes, shoves, iron axe, cart ankles were stored. This instrument was lost in 1979. The storage room was constructed from wood with a galvanized steel room. Mass grave of more than 100 victims, children and women whose majority were naked. Piece of bones remaining after excavation in 1980. Skulls of victims of the Cambodian genocide. My heart was grieving that day as we left the place. Such injustice and horrible events. Do I still able to take more to know the cruelty happened during the Khmer Raj regime? Though my heart was grieving from the remains of such brutality, because of curiosity and concern, why? After on that place, My friend brought us to Choeung Ek Genocide Museum. It's the memorial site of Security Office of Democratic Cambodia, also known Khmer Rouge regime, and located in what was then the abandoned city of Phnom Penh, whose citizens have been evacuated on 17 April 1975. Served as the central hub of a vast prison system throughout the country, and was used throughout the period as a secret facility for the detention, interrogation, torture, and extermination of those deemed political enemy of the regime. Due to a policy of guilt by association, at times whole families were detained at the center. Very few inmates were released off of the prison during the years of 1975 and 1979. These are Cambodian former school building turned out as a prison cells. On that day, seeing more pictures on how the torturing, or I would say barbaric way on killing innocent people made me cry. All the more when I've seen a picture of a mother killing gradually with an iron drilling from her nape toward his forehead, while her son sitting innocent in her lap and not knowing that her mother was in a torturing moment. I suddenly thought that what sin can do. Sin can make people's hearts evil, and sin destroying the potential future of those people died on their hands. And thankful that we have a God can rescue and willing to forgive our sins and enable us not to do evil things like on this ghost from the past I have witnessed on that day. On the lighter side, the Khmer Rouge regime came to an end when Vietnam invaded the capital on January 7, 1979. On 2018, two leaders of Pol Pot's Khmer Rouge regime in Cambodia found them guilty of crimes against humanity and have been convicted of genocide. Okay, let's move on to my story to a much lighter one. At the same day at nighttime, there's a night market where you can buy souvenirs in a low price and more lower if you know how to bid on the particular goods you wanted to buy. Similar in the Philippines, tawaran in Tagalog. In their wet market, bidding is okay too. We actually went the following day to their wet market, got some goods in a lower than actual price through bidding. And afterwards, they have also food stall inside the market, which what we called karinderya in my country, and tried some Cambodian dishes recommended by our young and lovely tour guide, Iyang. In the afternoon, Celine brought us in a diamond island, Koh Pik Po, a place seems like Europe in Cambodia. Cambodian cuisines, another things that you will not forget or trip because of their yummy foods. They can offer spicy or non-spicy dishes. You can try also an exotic food like fried frog legs. These are the similarities that Philippines and Cambodia have. Beside of they're both tropical countries, we have a similar features with the Khmer. Don't forget to ride on their tuk-tuk. Looks like our tricycle version. Good morning, Phnom Penh! Ito ba yung pinakamagandang makikita sa Phnom Penh?
Sa araw na ito po, meron po kaming bagong tour guide. Ito po.
Ang pangalan niya po?
Pinakabata, pinaka-fresh.
And beautiful.
Ayan.
Celia.
As of the moment, nakasakay po kami ng tuk-tuk.
Hindi ito live ba? Ano to? Video lang. Ayan po, parang Pilipinas lang. Ayan.
Baka humahilo kayo. Dahan-dahan lang ho kami.
Ayan.
I-selfie niyo po kaya? Kayo.
Naka-video siya eh.
Para kita kayo.
Ganon. Ito pa parang nasa Vista Verde lang. Ito. Ayan. Sige ko na mag-video. Maganda sa lighting.
Para sa Cubao lang?
Hindi, gating sa ano, di ba? Mga sunriser. Yung pagpasok ng subdivision namin, may mga ganyan.
Okay na yun, okay na.
They have balut, binatog, and santol. As a fruit and vegetable eater, it was a heaven to me seeing many of it on a wet market and in a very low price. If you want to try their exotic foods, they are selling in the market too, such as crickets, silky worm. What I heard was these were their survival foods during famine on the late 1970s Khmer Rouge regime, which up to now some are eating and selling in the market. Do you know that I discovered that my tolerance of tasting these exotic foods was higher than eating fishes? Oh, just kidding. Our exploration in Phnom Penh was amazing. The people were great, foods are delicious, places have something to tell from the past. Oh, I almost forget. We also got a chance to have a short playing under the rain on the night before we leave Phnom Penh. On my next vlog on my YouTube channel will be my adventure to Siem Reap, Cambodia. So don't miss it!